audio situation in the 5 second countdown. Yes, the actual 5 second countdown is actually longer than 5 seconds. Okay. Okay. Um, Here it is. It's actually seven seconds here. You can see. Okay. So how do we get this to work? So what I did, and um, I'll just delete this and start from scratch. So when I bring the audio file in, and I drop down these arrows, and these arrows are important because you can see the waveform that helps you visualize. These gaps are done purposely. So my trick is when you get the audio file, let's isolate the sound clips into individual layers and files, or not files, but into individual layers. So what I did is with After Effects, you can hide the clip. So this right here, if I play it back, is the number it's being said number 5. Okay, so I want to isolate this and get rid of everything else. You could just click and drag that top bar. This makes what you want visible on the timeline. Another little shortcut you can just press is the Alt and parentheses. In this case, I'm going to go close bracket to close it. Notice all the other waves are hidden because they're isolated. Okay, so what you can do is match this with the first second of your audio. Okay, now you're thinking to yourself, well, Mr. Almeida, you just got rid of the whole audio clip. No, it's still there. I just kind of hid the rest of the audio file. Okay, so it's only playing this wave. So what I'll do is right click and rename this on my composition layer and say rename. I'll call this 5. Okay, watch this. Highlight it. Copy it by pressing Command C on a Mac or Control C on a PC, or I think you can just go edit and just hit copy. Same thing, whatever you like. It'll copy that layer. Then paste it, Command V or Control V, depending on what platform. Okay. Now the same clip with all the information is still there. Now it's called 6. After Effects thinks you want to go forward, but we want to go backwards in this case. So it's rename, and let's call this one 4. Now, just because I named it 4 doesn't mean it makes it 4. I just got to reveal the number 4 now. So let me drop down the wave. Let me open this up. Well, there's 4. Well, you know what? Let's hide the rest of this 5. So if I bring my timeline cursor here, I've now got the 4. I can line this up with my numeric value of 4. Now, let's do this again for 3. Command C, or again, go to edit and copy whatever you like. I'm going to press Command V. I'm going to rename this to 3 so I don't get confused. And then I will expose the 3. So let me just shrink this up. So if you see here, when I expose it with my timeline, I'll say, all right, let's hide 4 and only have the number 3 being exposed. Continues for number 2, and then number 1, and then you're good. So again, Command C, Command V, rename, 2, Command C, Command V, 1. So obviously 2 will be somewhere. So highlight 2. So make sure you're highlighting it. You know your layer is highlighted when you see the gray is kind of slightly lightened versus the other gray. Expand it. Drop down the audio. So this is for 1. And waveform. So the 1 is actually over here. Let's hide that. So that's the 1 right there. Play it back with your put this between 4 and 5 seconds. And again, you can always adjust and move the clip where you want. You're just exposing and not exposing parts. Number 2, waveform. Let's expose number 2. There it is. Let's hide the Okay, and then just use some more precision when it comes to the timeline editing. So if I drop this down, here I'll just move this up so you can see all my layers in terms of the audio. And you should have this kind of pyramid effect where the audio clips are segmented and you isolated only the waveform. And now I have my 7-second audio working to be 5 seconds. Okay, hopefully it was helpful.